Good early morning, YouTube. How you guys doing? Dirk here at GC Blues 45. I know I'm late doing this video, but I want to get this in for you so you guys know. By the way, I do want to tell you this. I had the game Saturday. I did buy a jersey. I'm not going to show it to you until I get it done. Okay? So know that. You pretty much know which jersey I bought, but I'm gonna let you wait a little bit. Alright, we had 10 games on the dock and a few surprises. And there are a few surprises. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Anaheim at Buffalo. Entering the matchup, Anaheim was 19, 33, and 2 and 40 points. Buffalo was 24, 26, and 4 and 52 points at the end of 60 minutes. Buffalo loses by a score of 4-3. Yep. I should have also wrote down wins and losses. My OTLs for the day. So let me get this real fast. Okay. Got that done. So I'm already at one loss for the day. Shots on goal were the Ducks 15, the Sabres 37. The Ducks had 34 saves with the Sabres 11. Anaheim was 1 for 1 for a power play with Buffalo 1 for 2 in power play. For a second point, Anaheim is slowly crawling up. But can they continue? Let's find out. Next was Dallas at Boston. I did win that game. I think. Alright, just need to make one quick change. Okay. Sorry about that. Dallas at Boston. Entering this matchup, Dallas was 34, 14, and 7, 75 points. Boston was 32, 12, and 11, 75 points. This game had to go to overtime. It was tied at overtime 3-3. No score in overtime. Then this went to 9 rounds. And the results of that were Boston won 2 for 9, Dallas 1 for 9. Boston wins by a score 4-3. Shots on goal were now the stats I'm giving you. Remember, at the end of the shootout, they lock in all the stats. So the stats I'm giving you was after overtime. Bruins had 30 shots with the Stars 46. The Bruins had 43 saves with the Stars 27, and both teams were 0 for 2 on the power play. By the way, Dallas, in the last 2 games that they played, went into overtime or shootouts, and they only got a point out of it. So they picked up 2 points total in the last 2 games. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, so, oh, excuse me. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. So, I'm 1-0. Can I continue this? Next was the Blues at home against Toronto. Entering the match, Toronto was 29-16 and 8 and 66 points. The Blues 29, 23 and 2 and 60 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Blues lose by a score of 4-2. And let me tell you something. I got a chance to watch the game here and there. And the Blues just made a lot of mistakes. You know, they're not what they're supposed to be. And that's really costing the team. And we don't know what's happening. You know, the Blues were looking good, and then all of a sudden now they're falling apart. So here we go. Shots on goal were the Leafs 29, the Blues 21. The Leafs had 19 saves with the Blues 25, and both teams were 1 for 2 on the power play. 68th win for Toronto. That looks good for them. Blues are still got 60. But folks, Nashville is creeping up on us. And I think in the next game that they have, which is today, it's gonna cost us if they win. So we gotta hope they lose. But that's a different report. Next is Vancouver and Minnesota. Entering the matchup, Vancouver was 37-13 and 6 and 80 points. Minnesota 25-23 and 6 and 56 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Vancouver Canucks lose by a score of 10-7. 10. I kid you not, folks. 10. Shots on goal were the Wild 27, the Canucks 24. Both teams had 17 shots. Minnesota was 4 for 6 on the power play, with Vancouver 1 for 3 on the power play. But Vancouver's still doing okay. They're still in the lead in the Pacific Division, but Minnesota's now creeping up. They are climbing that ladder slowly, and very soon they will eclipse the Blues. Next was Detroit at Seattle. Entering the matchup, Detroit was 28-20 and 6 and 62 points. Seattle 23-21 and 10 and 56 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, this game was tied 3-3, had to go to overtime, and Detroit wins by a score of 4-3. Shots on goal were the Wings 32, good Kraken 41. The Wings had 38 saves with the Kraken 28. Detroit was 0 for 1 on the power play, with Seattle 1 for 2 on the power play. By the way, this was also Kane of the Red Wings got his 800th assist tonight. So, way to go, Bender Kane. Congratulations to you, 800 assists. I want to give you my honor on that. Well, Detroit picks up their 64th point, and they're moving ever so higher in the Atlantic Division. Seattle, 57 points. Going backwards. But I think it can still happen. Next was Edmonton at Arizona. Let me fix this. You fixed that. Entering the matchup, Edmonton was 32, 18 and 1 and 65 points. Arizona 23, 27 and 4 and 50 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Edmonton Oilers beat the Arizona Coyotes by a score of 6-3. Shots on goal, Oilers 26, the Coyotes 25. Oilers had 22 saves with the Coyotes 20, and both teams were 1 for 2 on the power play. Arizona's 5th loss in a row, and odds are they're going to be one of the teams that will be looking in, watching the playoffs at home this year. But Edmonton's in 3rd place in the Pacific Division. That's great. They're in one of the driver's seats because of that big 16-game winning streak they had. But folks, anything can happen as points are now crucial. Next was Winnipeg at Calgary. Entering the matchup, Winnipeg 33-14-5 and 71 points. Calgary 25-25-5 and 55 points. At the end of 60 minutes, Calgary beats Winnipeg by a score of 6-3. Yay! Shots on goal, the Flames 34, the Jets 31. Both teams had 28 saves. Calgary was 1 for 2 on the power play, with Winnipeg 2 for 3 on the power play. Well, Winnipeg is still in third place in the division. But Calgary picks up a very important 2, and they're slowly climbing that ladder too in the Pacific Division. So we'll see what happens. Next, Vegas at San Jose. Entering the matchup, Vegas was 31, 17, and 6 and 68 points. San Jose 15, 34, and 5 and 35 points at the end of 60 minutes. The Knights beat the Sharks by a score of 4-0, shut them out. Shots on goal, the Knights 26, the Sharks 29. The Knights had 29 saves with the Sharks 22. Vegas went 1 for 5 on the power play with San Jose 0 for 1 on the power play. 70th point for the Knights. They also sweep the season series against the Sharks. So, and I had to say, really, I think the Sharks will be the first team in the Pacific Division be mathematically out of it. And I also think they will be the first team totally mathematically out of it soon. Next was Chicago at Carolina. Into the matchup, Chicago was 15, 37, and 3 and 33 points. Carolina was 32, 17, and 5 and 69 points. And at the end of 60 minutes, the Hurricanes beat the Blackhawks by a score 6-3. Yay. Shots on goal were 42 for the Canes, the Hawks 17. The Canes had 14 saves with the Hawks 36. Carolina was 1 for 4 on the power play, with Chicago 2 for 4 on the power play. Carolina has won their third straight. It's their 71st point. Way to go. They're doing great. And finally, Ottawa at Tampa Bay. Ottawa entering the matchup was 22, 27, and 2 and 46 points. Tampa 30, 21, and 5 and 65 points. At the end of 60 minutes, the Ottawa Senators beat the Tampa Bay Lightning by a score of 4-2. Shots on goal were the Sens 28, the Lightning 25. The Sens had 23 saves with the Lightning 24. Ottawa went 0 for 1 power play, with Tampa having no power plays at all. Ottawa did not go into the penalty box at all. So my record today was 6-4-1. 6-4-1. Not bad at all. 6-4-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4-1. 5-4-1. Make that 5-4-1. So way to go me. And that ought to do it for today. I love you guys a lot. Please stay safe. Take care. Remember the Lord's watching you. And I'll see you guys later today for the pregame report for today's games. Until then, peace.